Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artist, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. Started well, and I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people compete for the right to say, I am smart. By engaging with this quiz, you're accepting that you don't know everything. And that's absolutely fine, nobody does. For example, what happened to Steve Gutenberg? I don't know. If you're anything like me, you don't know everything because you spend less time thinking and more time feeling, yeah? For instance, I feel like Gutenberg is living it up in a mansion, yeah? In the span of 6 years, he was in 4 Police Academy movies, 2 Cocoon movies, 2 Three Men and a movies, and Short Circuit. Dude richer than Zuckerberg, yeah? He's doing just fine. Let's not worry too much about flipping Steve Gutenberg, okay? I mean, maybe not, but it's what I feel, so I can't be wrong. The format of this quiz is very, very simple. Very, very straightforward. It's 5 rounds, it's 5 questions, it's 5 musings. Let's get that right. 30 points overall. All you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on. Could be a phone, could be a pen and paper, could be a stick of lipstick and the t-shirt of somebody that you want to French back in the 90's. You'll also need a brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining, because both will be tested and tested hard in this quiz. Optional is a beverage for toasting. I always like to start with a little toast. Brings the group together. Got my big beaker here. Before our mental exertions, and I hope you've all got your beverages at the ready so you can join me in this toast. A little unifying thing here. Here we go. To me, to you, to the Phillips head screw. For me, the premier screw out there, okay? Go screw yourself, flathead. Am I right? Cheers. Oh, that's a lovely glug of water. That's a lovely glug of water. Has this been on long enough for me to officially be a quiz show host? I hope so, because it's, let me tell you what, it's coming off right away. It's still pretty warm in Casa del Notme. Have the air conditioning on in the background. I hope you can't hear it too much, but it's only doing so much, you know? It's only doing so much. How are you, Smarties? How are we all doing? Are we all well? Oh, what? Sorry, yeah, did I just blow your mind? Yeah, this is a grey t-shirt. Not a white t-shirt like usual, this is a grey t-shirt. My advice for anyone new, don't try to get comfortable, yeah? Don't try to second guess me. Because I'm going to take your world and I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to turn it upside down. Just try and keep up, yeah? That's all I would say. This flipping headphone cord, let's just do that. Let's just do that. How are we all? Who have we got here? Definitely not Duda. Hello, how are you? Zachalicious, salutations. Middle Ages. Killer Kilch, cheers. With some drips. Hope you're not dribbling. TB Douglas, cheers. Nana Hobbob, cheers. Multiple shares. I'm not sure I could handle that. Bam Bam Roll and Bolander 333. Cheers to all. I'm going to have another gulp from Giant Beaker here. Wonderful. Nice to have some music back in the opening, wasn't it? That was nice. That was nice. And I hope you enjoyed learning about gargoyles. I really do. They're scary. They're covered in poop, but they are art, guys. Okay? We can't run from them. No matter how scary they might be. My thanks, as ever, to Wikipedia for providing the information. Hey, here's an idea. Give Wikipedia some money. Because you use them every day, right? You use them every day. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. Do you want to get to the first round? Let's get to that first round right now. Oh, you all know that in order to be a great artiste, you must discern the lies from the truth. I'm going to give you 5 statements, guys. 5 statements. In French, they would call that 5 statements, yeah? But do you believe them? If you do, you write down yay. And you're writing it on your piece of paper. You're not writing it in the chat, because that's going to give other people an advantage. Okay? This has got to be a fresh slate for everybody. If you don't believe the statement, you write nay. Yay or nay, okay? You could write Y or N, but then that might be confusing, because people might think yes or no, which, now I think about it, might actually work. Technically that works, but we'll go for yay or nay. And as ever, this round subject is chosen by the winner of last week's quiz. Last week, it was your girl, Sarah Kilch, earning the high score. YouTube. Is YouTube working my end? I have it on mine. Apologies if yours isn't working. That's a shame. One watching now, which I assume is me. Yeah, absolutely. That is confusing. Apologies, guys. We'll stick to the Twitch, I guess. Stick to the Twitch. Is that working for people? Let's see how that's doing. That is stopped on my end. No, that looks all right. Okay, apologies, guys. I'm not really sure how to solve that problem. But if you can hear me, then that's half the battle. There are no... Wait, what is the random round? I don't even know what the random round is this week. No, I do. But it's... Yeah, so you're fine. There's no visual elements to the quiz this week. So if you want to just go audio, just go audio. Do you know what I mean, guys? I mean, you will be missing out on the aforementioned grey T-shirt, but... You know, sacrifices need to be made sometimes. Last week, your girl Sarah Kilch, who is asleep, according to Killer Kilch. I mean, it's 6:50. I don't know where you are in the world, but I hope you're okay. Chose. What did your girl Sarah Kilch choose? We've got a thing for it. 90's cartoons. The cartoons of the 90's. Yeah? It was a challenging category, but as ever, I came through. All of the questions are 50-50, yeah? 50-50, so you've got a 1 in 32 chance of getting them all right without even trying. But I think you're going to try. I think you're going to try real hard, and I respect you for that. Let's get to that first question, shall we? Q1, statement 1 rather, I suppose you could state it. For much of the run of Ren and Stimpy, the same actor portrayed both lead characters. Both Ren and Stimpy? Really? What a talented chap. Or chapess, meaning a lady. This is going to go over. There we go. We're just going to do that. For much of the run of Ren and Stimpy, the same actor portrayed both lead characters. Could that possibly be true? Write a yay or write a nay. Statement number 2. Hey Arnold wears a kilt. Yeah, it's nice and simple. 5 simple words. Hey Arnold wears a kilt. Is that true? Do you believe that? Do you believe that yay? Or do you disbelieve that nay? It's tricky, isn't it? Because you can kind of remember him, but kind of not. I mean, it's over 20 years ago, the 90's. That's the scary thing, of course. Over 20 years ago here. Statement 3. In Animaniacs, Chicken Boo was a chicken. What a curious statement that is. Of course Chicken Boo is a chicken, right? Or maybe not. Yeah? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this one? Is Chicken Boo a chicken? Was Chicken Boo a chicken? Statement number 4. We're rattling right through, guys. Just pick up your britches and try and keep up. DuckTales was set in Duckville. All of these are just very simple statements here, guys. Very simple statements. But do you believe them? Do you believe the statements? Do you believe that they are true? Yay or nay? The whispering's probably creepy, isn't it? I mean, I might not. That's not really the vibe that I'm going for. Okay, so give that the big heave ho. DuckTales was set in Duckville. Yay or nay? And the final statement, in Rugrats, Tommy's father had green hair. I was questioning whether I should say had, because obviously Rugrats isn't on air anymore. Had green hair. But then I'm not sure whether it would be present tense, because the question is about it in the present. Tommy's father has green hair. Tommy's father had green hair. And of course, normally you would say no, because people don't have green hair. Cartoons, guys. Cartoons. The only limit is the imaginosphere of the creators. Life is like a hurricane, or two if you live in the South, says Ibo Podcast. Yeah, life is like a hurricane. And you know, the South does tend to get a lot more hurricanes than the North. I could have also gone for, whether it's in the 90s or not, The Hurricanes, about a soccer team called the Hurricanes from all around the world. It was a great statement on unity, international unity. We all remember that. And the musing, first musing of the night, guys. And this one, I'll be honest with you, this one is going to cause some rictions, yeah? Some fractions. It's going to cause some dissent. Call me agent provocateur. If you think I'm going to apologise for this, you've got another thing coming. The musing for the yay or nay round. Which 90s cartoon had the best theme song? He didn't really go there, did he? Yeah, he did. He went there. He went there in a big bad way. Which 90s cartoon had the best theme song? Killer Kilch says Sleeping Beauty has joined us. Hello, Sleeping Beauty. Definitely not Judah gets it. That's a lot of O's on that. Ooh, right? Put your hair up and square up, guys. It's time for a fight. Which 90s cartoon had the best theme song? There's some great ones. There's some great ones. You want a second round? You want a second round? Let's do it. Round one's over already. Round one is over already. Can you believe it? 6:19 and round one is over already. We've popped this quiz into fifth gear, it seems. So what have we got? What was that called? Connect 'em up? I believe I used Connect 'em up before in a different context. But this kind of worked with connections as well. And I didn't want to have to redo the thing. So I just thought, reuse it. Now, this one's difficult because I'm going to give you all of the questions at once. Yeah. Take that rule book and just rip it up, guys. Just rip it the flip up. Flip it the rip up. What we are dealing with here is actors and actresses in films. I'm going to give you 5 actors, okay? I mean, technically 6 actors, but the first actor and the last actor are the same, just to show off, because it makes me cleverer. It's a harder proposition, so it makes me cleverer for working them all out. Between each of those actors will be a film. It will be a film that the actor above and the actor below were both in. There's only one. It took me a long time to find a series of films and actor pairings where they were only acting together in one film. It was tricky, guys. So really, I'm going to look for a little bit of credit in the chat here. A little bit of credit in the chat. It's going to be easiest if I just show you. So, boom. Samuel L. Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Scarlett Johansson, Laura Dern, and Samuel L. Jackson once again, bringing it all full circle. So what I'm saying here, guys, is that Samuel L. Jackson was in one film, has been in one film with Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio has been in one film with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and so on, and so on, and so on. I just want you to give me those 5... So this is question 1, what's this film? Question 2, what's this film? Question 3, what's this film? Question 4, what's this film? Question 5, what is this film? Yeah. Go for it. And I'm going to explain why it took so long. So I picked Samuel L. Jackson. Thought I was being Captain Clever, picking Samuel L. Jackson, because he is in around a fifth of every film made since the early 90's. I thought, well, there's going to be a lot of connections. That's the problem, guys. Too many connections. Finding actors that Samuel L. Jackson has only been in one film with, pretty tricky. That's why I had to go with Laura flippin' Dern. Laura Dern, right? A wonderful actress. No doubt. But, you know, when you look at the rest of that list, one of these is not like the other. Am I right? I'll Be Over Here is on the YouTube as well. Wonderful. Doubling up. Why not? Double bubble. Getting twice the Not Me. Two Faces is twice as handsome. That's what a lot of conjoined twins say. Samuel L. Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Scarlett Johansson, Laura Dern, and Samuel L. Jackson again. And I don't think this applies, but voice acting doesn't count. Voice acting doesn't count. It has to be physically there. Nothing wrong with Laura Dern, says T.B. Douglas. Nothing wrong with Laura Dern. But, I mean, come on. Sam Jackson, Leo DiCaprio, JGL, ScarJo. I mean, that's A-list. Are we saying Laura Dern is A-list? Should she be A-list? That's a different question. But is she A-list? Sure, she won an Oscar, but... Come on. You're not Laura Dern's agent here, TB. Come on. And there's the question gone. The musing, very simple in this round. Very simple. Describe a film that you think Samuel L. Jackson would turn down. It's tricky, guys. It's tricky. Let's see on the old IMDb's. Very interesting, useful website. The Internet Movie Database is what the acronym stands for. Samuel L. Jackson. Acting. 189 credits. 189 credits. That's astonishing. And that's not even stuff that he is in as himself. 189 credits. So something that he's going to turn down, got your work cut out for you. Definitely not Tudor. Does one exist? Absolutely. That's the question we're having to ask ourselves here. Because most of the time, I imagine, we'll get to word 2 of the title. Said, sure, absolutely. Why not? Are we criticizing him for doing this? Absolutely not. It is what it is. T.B. Douglas, you don't know that. I don't know that you're not Laura Dern's agent. That's true. If you are, and a role comes up for a kind of an unconventionally attractive male actor of the age, you know, probably like late 20s kind of age range. You know, keep me in mind. Keep me in mind. There we go. That's round 2 done. Gosh. Flying through them, guys. Flying through them. And you know what's coming next, right? We're back. We're back. Here we are. Here we are. As an artiste, you need to keep your eyes open, guys. There's inspiration flying at you all the time. How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realize because you were too busy daydreaming about cat thumbs? Really annoyed. That's how. So I'm about to show you some incredible art. One of my past videos, continuing in the making of the Could This Be Love by As You Mean It by Not Me music video, Odyssey, that we're going through, which I feel is all the more powerful because of it. And when I do, I want you to look close. Yeah, look close. Because there's going to be questions on it afterwards. Yeah? This is part 2 of the making of Could This Be Love by As You Mean It by Not Me, the most groundbreaking music video of all time. But how did Not Me come up with the idea for it? Let's find out.
What are we doing in here?
I'm thinking.
In the bathroom, though?
Well, I actually do a lot of my best thinking on the commode.
Oh, and have you thought of any ideas yet?
Cello.
Oh my god!
Tons of ideas. I'm literally vomiting ideas, but I haven't found my winner yet. Plus, a lot of these will be quite expensive, and I'm looking to keep the budget of this south of $50. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. Have you tried automatic writing?
That's a phenomenal idea.
Of course it was. You came up with it.
But what can I listen to whilst I'm automatic writing?
Well, have you actually listened to the song you're doing the video for yet?
That's a good point. No. Enough. I may have something here. So there we go. Powerful piece of art about the generation of ideas. A lot of people say, oh, where do your ideas come from? You saw it there. You saw it there. So we're going to go through some questions now, nice and quick, before you forget it. Before you forget it. Q1, what does not me refer to the toilet as? A very specific word used by not me to refer to the sorry, I had the fan on because I'm pretty sweaty. To the toilet. Yeah? Q2. Name 2 preliminary ideas Not Me has for the music video. This is going to be tricky, guys. This is going to be tricky. I want 2 of the things that were written down on the little flashcard things that were on that we went through. Yeah, there was lots of them, which gives you a lot of opportunities, but they did go by pretty quick. So I just want 2 of them. That's all I want. 2 of those things. and you can get a point. Bolander333 just says, wow. I tend to agree. Let's give you another minute for that. iBo podcast, blindfold post-its, lol. Absolutely. I found that it worked very, very well, just having the post-its on the lenses of my glasses. I couldn't see anything. Nor did I want to at that point. I think certain blindfolds, you can look around if the will is not there to be blindfolded. Yeah? You've got to be halfway into it. Okay? It's like a good kiss. Yeah? You can fake it if you want, but there's ways of getting around it, and you don't want that. Bolander333 has got 4. Ouch. Look at that. Just astonishing perception. Question 3. What is the budget Notme's hoping to not reach with the music video? Getting 4 of them. That's very impressive, Bolander333. iBo podcast from the guy in the shower. Yeah, that's where ideas come from. For me, obviously there's a certain amount of artistic license taken. But it did actually happen. Question 4. Through what technique does Notme achieve his winning idea? Which technique? Which technique? Just a quick pause to give a round of applause to my Ethernet connection here. Dropped frames, 0. No dropped frames at all. This entire time. It's been live, 32 minutes. No drop frames. Well done, Ethernet. It's this cable. It's this cable. Thanks. Credit where it's due. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. Question 5. What is the final word written down as part of Notme's winning idea? At the end, you see the idea written out perfectly. What's the very last word that you see on that piece of paper? Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a robust quiz. We've all said it. Zachalicious, I'm here, by the way, soaking it all in. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? I learned some time ago that engagement on the chat throughout the questions isn't going to be as high as it will be later on, because people are just zeroed in, It's such an intense quiz. And the musing, I'm glad you asked. The musing, which existing song would you like to make a music video for, and what would be your one-line pitch for it? It's a difficult one. It's an involved one. But I think that you've got what it takes, guys, to be the next Spike Jonze or Ridley Scott or whoever does those really thin, really short, fat image ones from some rappers. Did a few of them for a while. Letterboxing at them. I think you can do it. Which existing song would you like to make a music video for, and what would be your one-line pitch for it? Just nice and simple. Nice and simple. One-line pitch. Wow me. Yeah? It's what's known in the industry, in the biz, as an elevator pitch. The kind of pitch that you can deliver in the time it takes to go between 2 floors on an elevator, also known in the UK as a lift. And that's look close. That's look close done. That is look close done. What have we got next? You know what we've got next. How dare you ask that of me? Artiste Spotlight. Game recognizes game, guys. As an artiste, you have to be willing to shine a light on the work of other artists and be nice about it. That way, if they want to be polite, and God willing they will be, they have to say nice stuff about your art. Circle of life. Circle of life. This week, the spotlight, this wonderful, wonderful spotlight, falls on a great artiste. It's Mr. Mark Wahlberg. Mr. Mark Wahlberg. Yeah? Just solid. As solid as a berg, aka a mountain, or a wall, aka a wall. Let's see how much you know about Boston's, I don't know, like 6th or 7th favourite son, I think, realistically. What have we got? Question 1. What was Mark Wahlberg's pseudonym while he was a very successful rapper? He had a pseudonym. That's all I'm asking for. Under what name did he perform? Killer Kilch. Wow. I know, wow. He's wearing the heck out of that suit, isn't he? Looks like he's showing up for a very fancy parole hearing. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Question number 2. Which clothing brand did Mark Wahlberg advertise in 1992 whilst in his pants? Now, I do have to stress, this is UK pants, okay? This is not US pants. This is UK pants. This would be US underpants, okay? Jocks, I believe I've heard people refer to him as in films and TV. Jocks. And I don't know any other euphemisms. I was thinking there, but I don't know any other euphemisms. Underwear, okay? Underpants. Particular clothing brand. Question 3. Mark Wahlberg has been... I'm very proud of this question. He has been in different films, one of 2 guns, 3 kings, and 4 brothers, okay? So he's one of the 2 guns, he's one of the 3 kings, and he's one of the 4 brothers. All I need is for you to name any 2 other members of those groups. So the other gun, one of the other 2 kings, or one of the other 3 brothers. So you've got 6 possibilities here, and I only want 2 of them. That's all I want, 2 of them. Is that a great question? Yeah, I think it is, actually. I think that's a great question. Kind of question you can only get from doing a real deep dive onto that, again, IMDb page. Thanks, IMDb. Appreciate that, baby. You know, I just noticed the numbers in the titles of the different films, and I just, you know, just let my conscience be my guide with this one. Just kind of went with it. Just unapologetic, I guess. Unapologetic is the word. 2 guns, 3 kings, 4 brothers. Which sounds like a pretty cool film in and of itself, perhaps. Bolander 333, too hard. Well, you know, this makes up for you getting 4 of the previous ones. That was too hard for other people, okay? Other people might be looking at this and going, oh my god, 2 Guns is one of my favourite films. 4 Brothers, I watched that, I don't know, the day before my wedding. So it's always etched into my memory. These are the kind of, you know. You Girl Sarah Kilch, I wasn't allowed to watch those whilst growing up in the cult. I would say you missed out. They're wonderful films. Plenty to catch up on now that you're not in the cult. Again, slide into my whispers or DMs if you need any help. And I can, you know, try and get someone else to do something about it. Cameraman George is very resourceful in these kind of situations. Anyway, things happen for a reason, yo, Ibo podcast. I hope that wasn't in response to your girl Sarah Kilch being in a cult, Ibo. That's... Come on, guys. No excuse for that. Question 4. Mark Wahlberg has starred in 2 Transformers films, but which of these is his character's name? All of these are great names. Was it Jericho Jackson, Stacker Pentecost, John Spartan, Cole Trickle, or Cade Yeager? Names to be conjured with, one and all. Is it Jericho Jackson, Stacker Pentecost, John Spartan, Cole Trickle, or Cade Yeager? Killer Kilch, Cult No Mo. That's a really positive hashtag. That's a really positive hashtag. Cult? No. No Mo. No Mo Cult. That's good. And then question 5, I suppose, is the only way to go after that. According to his 2012 comments, which tragedy would not have happened had Mark Wahlberg been present? So it's a tragedy that occurred when Mark Wahlberg was not present, but he stated in an interview in 2012, had he been present, said tragedy would not have happened. He's a man of great confidence, and why not? You know, he's a man of great confidence, and why not? Mark Wahlberg could have been there. It would have been hashtag tragedy no mo. No mo tragedy. And then the musing, pow! There we go. The musing for round 4 is... It's a hypothetical. Mark Wahlberg stays in your home for a few days. This is something you have agreed to. Maybe he's a friend of the family. Maybe he's a friend of a friend and needs some help in a bind. Okay? What do you imagine would annoy you most about him by the end of his visit? Now, this isn't to say that Mark Wahlberg's an annoying person, but staying with somebody, it's intense time. We all know that. We all know that. Lord knows how I've been able to put up with cameraman George for as long as I have. I guess I'm a swell guy. But by the end of let's say it's a long weekend. He's arriving Friday, he's taken off Monday, maybe for a premiere, and he doesn't want to shell out for a Super 8 or a Best Western. So he stays in your home, just bums it on the couch, yeah? What's going to tick you off most about him by the end of his visit? Do you imagine he's got a particular trait, a particular habit that you think is really just going to get under your skin by weekend's end? Really let your imagination run wild, because the benefit of being a musing and not a real question is that there's no wrong answers. There's no wrong answers, guys. There we go. Round 4 done. Oh, it's 1:45. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're doing it. We're doing it. 1 round left, and you know what round it is. Meant 2, 3, 4 cults is no bueno. It's not. It's not. 2, 3, 4 cults. I mean, if being in one cult is bad enough. 234. At some point, you have to ask some questions of yourself. Ibo. I wouldn't have enjoyed Breaking Bad anywhere near as much had Vince Gilligan not been so knowledgeable about pink teddy bears. Artists need to know about the world around them, okay? Not just art. And so I present this round about not art. N-art. Nart. Definitely not Duda. Nart. Nana Hobbob. Nart. Killer Kilch. Nart. Let's nart. Zackalicious. What you bet he tells people all the time? You don't know pizza. Yeah, that could be one of them. That could be one of them, Zackalicious. When there's people like, you know, Boston pizza's the best pizza. Come on, Mark. Nobody's saying that, Mark. Come on. What's this Nart round on? I'm glad you asked. It's on ancient Egypt. Yeah? Ancient Egypt. Fun fact, a lot of people know more about ancient Egypt than present-day Africa. Interesting fact. So let's see what we know about ancient Egypt. Question 1. Here we go. All for fun. Who was the last Ptolemniac ruler of ancient Egypt, and the only such ruler to learn Egyptian, despite her native language being Koine Greek? It seems tougher than it is, guys. There's one word here that's going to give you a real big clue. A real big clue. So just look for that one word, and all will become as clear as glass, which is as clear as crystal, and, a lot easier on the wallet. Killer Kilch. Sometimes you see a cult by the side of the road, but it turns out to be a cult. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes you might mistake a cult for a cult, especially if the cult has something to do with part of their cultiness is they enjoy dressing up in horse costumes, and they have a kind of a weird obsession with the number 2, and it's all about kind of unity, and you get paired off at the beginning of the cult, and you have to kind of spend all your time with that other person in the cult, and it's but with every pairing, there's a Batman and a Robin, there's a Simon and a Garfunkel, there's a front of the horse, there's a back of the horse. Yeah? So, it is actually teaching you lessons, this cult that I'm making up in my head. God help them, they're getting me thinking. They're getting me thinking. Question number 2. How many Great Pyramids are there? We all know about the Great Pyramids, right? We all know about them. But how many are there? How many Great Pyramids are there? Could it be a trick question? And there's no such thing as a Great Pyramid? No. No, it's not. It's not. I will vow to never give you a trick question on this, because I just think they're silly. They're silly questions. On record, trick questions are silly questions. Question number 3. What is the name of the archaeologist? Is that spelled right? Archaeologist who uncovered Tutankhamun's tomb. Very, very famous tomb unveiling. I'm suspicious. There should be an E there, shouldn't there? There should be an E. Lord help me, there should be an E. Just gonna pop into that. Just gonna pop into that. There we go. There we go. And then it's all sorted. It's all sorted. No worry about it. What was the name of the archaeologist who uncovered the tomb of Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun. What was his name? To be honest, because I think this is quite a tricky one, I'll take either one of his names. Either one of his names will get you the point on this one. And it is a he because, this was quite a while ago and women weren't, really allowed to do a huge amount. Some of the advancements that we made in that time, pretty crazy. Q4, which ancient Egyptian god had the head of a jackal? A jackal being a kind of a dog, like a kind of an angry wild dog, right? A jackal? Kind of dog-like, yeah? So it's like a dude, body-wise, head, dog. But it's like a kind of, not like a kind of a bulldog or like a shih tzu or something, or a poodle. Not very intimidating. Just one of those real kind of snouty, like you could slice your ear, you could slice your finger on their ear. Yeah, that kind of, you get a paper cut by real sharp. Killer Kilch, not Laura Croft. It was neither. Okay. It was not Laura Croft. It was not Lara Croft. Not Indiana Jones, neither. Here's the extra clue that I'll give you about question 3. It was not a fictional archaeologist that uncovered the tomb. Tutankhamun. Absolutely. Maybe that's, what they might call, it's a nickname perhaps that you could give a chap from the Middle East who's called Amon, or Amin, and he's he's just kind of a beach bro, and he is shirtless so much that he only owns 2 tank tops. It's Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun. No, I think that worked out better in my head than it ended up being, but that's fine. You've got to try these things sometimes, right? Final question, guys. Final question of this week's quiz. What was traditionally placed inside canopic jars by ancient Egyptians? Canopic jars. What did they put in them? What did they put in them? Lara Croft, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure some of her friends misspell it from time to time. There's an argument to be made that Laura's a nicer name. Is it an argument that I would make? It's a homelier name, I think, Laura. Lara has a bit of bravado about it. I'm Lara. Whereas Laura's like, hi, I've made you some sandwiches. Yeah? Q4 from Bolander333. I'll give you Q4 again. Q4 is the gods one. Which ancient Egyptian god had the head of a jackal? Was it Anubis, Isis, or Osiris? All ending in is. So I'm giving you the answer here. It's one of those 3. Let me tell you, it's one of those 3, guys. And then Q5, what was traditionally placed inside canopic jars by ancient Egyptians? The musing! Final musing! What could this one be about? You're a pharaoh, you can get a slave army to make anything you want out of stone. What do you make? What do you commission? And now, obviously, we're a modern audience. We're all modern, wonderful, empathetic people. The idea of controlling a slave army, probably going to feel a little bit icky. Sure, that's natural. That's understandable. What I would say, just ignore that. Just ignore that and enjoy the hypothetical question. That's one man's take. That's one man's take. Toot Tony, says Zachalicious. Toot Tony. I mean, that's more your friend Antonio, who has quite a pulse-heavy diet. And if he lets one rip, Toot Tony, you're waiting for that second one. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop / the other Bronx cheer. What are you making out of stone, guys? They made pyramids. They also made the Sphinx, a lady head cat. You can make whatever you want. You're the pharaoh. Just do it. What are you getting them to make? Huh? What are you getting them to make? And there we go. There we go. Guys, I'm proud of you. Do you know why I'm proud of you? Because the questions are over. We got to the end of it. You did it. And now you can have a little rest, a little relax for about 8 seconds whilst this little video plays.
I asked you some questions, but now the question part is done. Now let's hear some answers and find out who has won, which is everybody.
That's right, everybody wins on this quiz. Everybody wins on this quiz. What was on the background of that jingle there? Cacti. Cacti. And here's your cactus fact. There was a Mexican elephant cactus that blew over in a sandstorm in 1986 that was almost 24 meters or 78 feet tall. Crazy, right? How tall is that cactus? That's longer than a bowling lane. That's taller than the Hollywood sign. That's 12 Michael Jordans standing tip to top, or 12 Roald Dahls. Also, how tall was Roald Dahl, right? Cactuses, yeah, and Roald Dahl. Taller than you'd think. Taller than you'd think. You want some answers? Let's get some answers, guys. Let's get some answers. Let's get out of studio mode, or let's go yay or nay. So the musing. Which 90s cartoon had the best theme song? We're kicking it off with a killer. Get that in the chat, guys. Get that in the chat while we go through the rest of these answers. Question 1. For much of the run of Ren and Stimpy, the same actor portrayed both lead characters. Is that true? That can't possibly be true, can it? Can't possibly be true. Actually, it is true. It's a chap called Billy West. Very talented dude. Yeah? Very talented dude. Well done if you got a question, that one right. 1 point for all of these if you are new. 1 point for each question correct. Hey Arnold wears a kilt, does he? Nay. Nay. It's a plaid shirt that hangs underneath his sweater. Close though. That was a little bit of a sneaky one. Question 3. In Animaniacs, Chicken Boo was a chicken. Of course he was. Question 4. DuckTales are set in Duckville. Of course it wasn't. Nay. Set in Duckburg. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Lasers, race cars, aeroplanes. It's kind of like a duck blur there, guys. Q5 in Rugrats, Tommy's father had or has, we didn't get to the bottom of the proper tense for that, has or had green hair. Nay, it was purple. It was purple. But that's preamble. That's preamble, really. We're really looking for which 90s cartoon had the best theme song. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Killer Kilch, another fun fact. Donald Trump tore down a 100-year-old cactus to build a wall. That's a shame. That's a shame. Although if it was old, maybe it's, you speak to some old people, it seems like they can't wait to die. So, looking on the bright side, perhaps. TB Douglas goes, hey Arnold. That's a great one. That's good. That's good. I like that. Killer Kilch, Daria. Daria doesn't ring a bell with me. I mean, I remember the show, but the theme tune is beyond me. But I like that. Nana Hobble, Pinky in the Brain. That's a great one. It was because they started on the Animaniacs and then they had their own spin-off. Again, not jumping to mind straight off, but still, that's great. Definitely not due to DuckTales. It's difficult to pick anything other than DuckTales, isn't it? It's difficult to pick anything other than DuckTales. For me, what makes it is I don't know musically what it'd be called. Is it a refrain? Is it a bridge? I don't know. But it's the danger. Danger, what's behind you? There's a stranger out just. I mean, if your blood's not pumping by the end of that, go to the doctor, dude. Your girl Sarah Kilch, Rocco's Modern Life, or Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I mean, yeah, Chippendale Rescue Rangers is a pretty tricky one to bet against as well. Again, it's danger, chip. When it's the song is so banging that you stutter. It produces a stutter in the singer. That's wonderful. Ibo podcast and in Tailspin. There are only 4 right answers. Ooh, that's a very bold statement by Ibo podcast. Tailspin is a great shout. The only cartoon I can think of is The Simpsons. That's fine. That's fine. It is a wonderful. It was on during the 90s. Did it start in the 90s? It was the very late 80s. I'm going to say, with no way of backing it up or no interest in looking it up, 90s. So it counts. Well done. That's great. Do 80s, Banana Man and 00's Cowboys Bebop. That's really not what I asked, though, Bolander 33. It's really not what I asked. This is my favourite episode. Thanks, Ibo. Zachalicious goes with Gargoyles as well. Gargoyles is one that I've heard of but never actually watched myself. But I trust you, Zachalicious. I trust you as far as I can throw you. And I've got surprisingly good tendon strength. Do you know what I think, guys? Yeah, points all round. Well done. Let's get on to the rando. Oh, this one's good. I'm looking forward to this. But before we do that, we have the musing. Describe a film that you think Samuel L. Jackson would turn down. Get it in the chat. Get it in the chat right now, guys. Samuel L. Jackson was in what film with Leonardo DiCaprio? Of course, it was Django Unchained. What film was Leonardo DiCaprio in with Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Of course it was Inception. This third one is, I think, the trickiest one, so I'm going to leave that one to the end. What film was ScarJo in with Laura Dern? I mentioned the Oscar already for Laura Dern. She got it for Marriage Story, for being a real kind of controlling, manipulative, kind of shrill, not a nice character. Not a nice character. And then Laura Dern and Samuel L. Jackson, of course, this is the oldest one that we're dealing with here. Jurassic Park. Did anybody get that number 3? Did anybody get that number 3? Let me know in the chat if you did get that number 3, because this is a pretty tricky one. This is a film called Don John. Came out in 2013. I started at the edges. I went as well known as I could, but in the middle I had to go Don John. I had to get a link between JGL and ScarJo. I had to, guys. I had to. But well done if you got any or all of them. I enjoyed that, though. It took a long time, but it was an enjoyable ride, you know? It was an enjoyable ride. But let's go for describe a film that you think Samuel L. Jackson would turn down. Bolander 333, even for you. Yeah. Yeah. Because at least you applied your brain. You applied your brain and you thought, I can't think of an 80s or 90s. Banana Man. And let's... I mean... I think it's likely that Banana Man played in the 90s. Let's go with that. Nana Hobbob, a Richard Linklater project. Would he not do that? He maybe... I mean, he had... I suppose he hasn't. Maybe he just doesn't like Richard Linklater. Maybe there's an incident from his early career where Richard Linklater ran over a pet or child of Samuel L. Jackson, and he's never been able to forgive it. Any Richard Linklater script that comes across his desk, get that dog murderer out of my sight. Maybe. Definitely not Judah, a movie where he couldn't speak. He does seem to like flapping the old gums, doesn't he? He does like to flap the old gums. That's a great one. Yes, I did. Oh, you got number 3, definitely not Judah. You get a salute on that one. That's swagger points. You don't get an extra point, but you get that knowledge. You get that swagger in your step. Well done. T.B. Douglas, British period drama. I can't see him putting on a posh British accent. I can't see him doing that. But you know what, TB? Do you want to know a secret? I'd love to see him try. I really would. I really would love to see that. That's great. Don John was so good. A porno where the plumber comes for him. Zachalicious, Gravy the movie. Yeah, that'd be tricky. That'd be a tricky sell for him. I mean, is he vegetarian? I don't know. But that's good. Gone with the Wind remake, says Bolander 333. Bringing in the racial element. It's controversial. It's contentious. But I like it. Bam Bam Roll. The remake of Fame. Yeah, he doesn't seem like a dancer, does he? He doesn't seem like a dancer. And I don't believe he was in any of the Step Up films. And there are 7 or 8 of those by now. Already the Bring It On films. Yeah, so he's not a mover. That's a good one, though. Nana Hobbob, I just feel like it's a big time commitment. It would prevent him from being in other movies. Oh, I see. That's clever. That's clever, Nana Hobbob. I like that a lot. Yeah. If he's got to be away and film a film for about 14 years, then he's... Yeah, I like that. I get it. It works. Sarah Kilt says, secret agent who has to protect Trump. Yeah. That's... Yeah. I like that. Points all round. This is terrific. You took a difficult challenge, and you kind of nailed it, guys. You kind of nailed it. Look close. The musing. Which existing song would you like to make a music video for, and what would be your one-line pitch for it? Just get it in the chat, guys. Let's not put this off any longer while we go through the questions. What does Notme refer to the toilet as? He refers to it as the commode. The commode. Get a point for that. Well done. Question 2. Name 2 preliminary. Oh, that's a shame. I didn't notice that last time. Name 2 preliminary, let's roll with it, ideas Not Me has for the music video. The answers were too many to write down, as ever, for my ideas. But I do have them written down here. So, if you had any 2 of these, give yourself a point. Twist ending, pyrotechnics, quick cuts, rain machine, location scouting, mask work, poetic visuals, lighting, leather outfit, scary baby, Bayhem, Malkovich, female antagonist, uneven timeline, Burger King, Mexican hotel, nurses, grenades, cowboys, car chase, magic flower, Jesus, nature as evil, or Zetai Ryuiki. Woo! Didn't think I'd get through that one, but I did, and I'm really proud of myself for doing so. Questions? So any 2 of them. Any 2 of them, give yourself a point. What's the budget Not Me's hoping not to reach with the music video? No. Ha! $50. And I did. I did avoid spending more than $50 on it. What did I spend the money on? We'll have to find out next episode. Question 4. Through what technique does Not Me achieve his winning idea? You just saw the answer. I spoiled it already. Automatic writing. Automatic writing. And then question 5. What is the final word written down as part of Not Me's winning idea? Dream? You don't have to get the question mark, guys. You can get the point without the question mark. But if you get that question mark again, that's swagger points. That gives you that spring in the step. How does that feel? Just ask Definitely Not Duda. Or just ask Bolander. Right? With the Bam Bam Roll? Bolander? Bolander. Ask Bolander. Got 4 for question 2 on that one. Outstanding work. M. Which existing song would you like to make a music video for, and what would be your one-line pitch for it? Here we go. Definitely Not Duda. You can call me Al. Pitches Not Me instead of Chevy Chase. Can I tell you? God, I'd love that. I'd love that. I'd have a lot of fun doing that. Thank you for putting that idea in my head. And, you know, that would mean that if I ever did meet Chevy Chase, bam, there's your icebreaker. There's your icebreaker straight away. Nana Hobob, Graceland, just driving or boating from the Mississippi Delta up to Memphis. That sounds great. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? Just make sure you pack a lot of sunscreen because I imagine it's pretty hot there. And bug spray as well. Mississippi is a place that I always associate with bugs. T.B. Douglas, Dancing in the Street, pitch. Mick Jagger, no dancing. No dancing. What a postmodern approach from T.B. Douglas there. Dancing in the street. Oh, I had great dancing. No dancing. Taking it, just turn it upside down. I should be over this side more, sorry. Bam Bam had 6. Yikes. There's that swagger. There's that swagger in again. Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity, just put like 62 crows through a fan. Zackalicious. It would be a darker version of what Jamiroquai ended up doing. They said moving sofa. You said crow massacre. You know, they're both making powerful statements, but in slightly different ways. Bolander 333 goes, a paranoid android, a black hole at the center of my heart. Bolander 333, baby. It's going to be all right, yeah? Also, it's a little egotistical to cast yourself in the video, just saying. Willie Nelson's Blue Skies, and I would just say we all need a little hope right now. Well, isn't that true, Bam Bam Roll? We all need a little hope right now. It being so warm, just I hope it just gets a little cooler. Gail Sarah Kilch, dancing on the ceiling, no dancing. Wow. Again, just anti-dancing dance videos is wonderful. You could also do one with no ceiling. That's an idea for free. Soak Up the Sun, Killer Kilch, pitch in the rain with masks. Guys, you're all just flipping it. You're all just flipping it. And I am flipping loving it. Flipping loving it. IBO podcast, I agree. I would just erase dancing in the street. Just erase it. Just have a blank screen. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Points all round. Points all round. You did it, guys. You did it again. Let's go for RT Spotlight. There he is. Oh, there he is. I'll do my Mark Wahlberg impression at the end of the round. It's pretty good. The musing. Mark Wahlberg stays in your home for a few days. What do you imagine would annoy you most about him by the end of his visit? Get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat. Get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat. That's a beat that I just made up. Question 1. What was Mark Wahlberg's pseudonym when he was a very successful rapper? You can tell his creativity. Marky Mark. Well done, Mark. Which clothing brand did Mark Wahlberg advertise in 1992 whilst in his underpants? It was, of course, Calvin Klein. The brand, I would imagine, most synonymous with putting men on billboards in their pants. Question 3. Mark Wahlberg. Oh, what a question. Mark Wahlberg has been in different films. One of Two Guns, Three Kings, and Four Brothers. Name any 2 other members of those groups. The Other Gun was Denzel. The other 2 kings, George Clooney and Ice Cube. And the other 3 brothers were, it was Garrett Hedlund, Andre Benjamin, and Tyrese Gibson. Andre Benjamin, I will also accept Andre 3000, because he is the chap from Outcast. So you can have a point if you picked Andre 3000. What a great question that is. What a great question. Wow. Question number 4. Mark Wahlberg has starred in 2 Transformers films. The Last Night and the other one. Which of these is his character's name? Jericho Jackson, Stacker Pentecost, John Spartan, Cole Trickle, Cade Yeager. It was, of course, Cade Yeager. The one that is least like an actual name, I think. Jericho Jackson is Action Jackson, played by Carl Weathers. Stacker Pentecost is from the film Pacific Rim, played by Idris Elba. John Spartan is Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man. Cole Trickle is Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. And Cade Yeager is Mark Wahlberg in those 2 Transformers films. And according to his 2012 comments, which tragedy would not have happened had Mark Wahlberg been present? It was, of course, 9/11. 9/11. Are you looking for the quote? You want the direct quote? I've got the direct quote for you right here. If I was on that plane with my kids, it wouldn't have went down like it did. There would have been a lot of blood in that first-class cabin, and then me saying, okay, we're going to land somewhere safely, don't worry. What a guy. What a guy. You know, they say, we've got to be, careful about getting on planes these days, and that's absolutely true. But if I get on a plane and I see Mark Wahlberg there, I'm like this. I'm like, thank goodness. If only there could be a Mark Wahlberg on every flight. The musing. Mark Wahlberg stays in your home for a few days. What do you imagine would annoy you most about him by the end of his visit? Let's see what we've got. Killer Kilch is shirtless preaching. Yeah, I imagine he would be quite shirtless. He would not be keen on shirts. Talking about Boston sports teams, Go Pats is something that I imagine you'd hear quite a lot. Go Bruins. Who's it? Boston Red Sox. Go Red Sox. Yankees suck. Yeah, I can get on board with that. I imagine that would get pretty old pretty quickly. Definitely not due to how early he gets to work out. Yeah. Anytime someone's staying over at your house and they get up too early, you're like, come on, dude. Just read the house. Read the house. You've got to wait until you can hear somebody moving around. Only then are you allowed to move around. But then you've got to move around quite quickly because you've got to pack up the whole living room. Oh, that sounds like a lot of hassle. Yeah, but you're staying here for free, Mark. Ibo, all the ding-dang push-ups while I'm just about to cook 3 eggs and 6 bacon for myself. Yeah, probably would make you feel quite bad. Probably would shame you, I imagine. He would 6-pack shame you. And I think, body positivity, Mark. Come on, let's be a little bit forgiving. Him trying to get me to try his health shakes again. A lot of people working. There's too much text here. I can't even see. Health shakes. Yeah, if he handed me a health shake, I'd just say, Mark, if I can maybe crush some Oreos into this, I'll give it a try. But if not, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. But thank you so much, Mark. But it's just not for me. Gross feet that he insists on putting on the furniture. That's not something that immediately jumped to my mind, TB. That doesn't mean it's invalid. His squinty, I don't understand face. I wonder if that is something that he has in real life. He's perfected it in Hollywood. He is, I would say, Hollywood's finest squinter at this point, taking over from old Clint Eastwood. But yeah, if that happened in real life, you'd think, come on, Mark, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult a concept to grasp, okay? It's just you need to pull the door a little bit, then pull the handle down, and then push it. It's just, there's a little knack to it. But you really just pull down and then, but if you just try and put, it's just not going to. Bowlander333 goes with a triptych of complaints. Really not a fan. How long he stays in the bathroom. Oh, wow, this makes him sound evil. I'm not sure he's evil. Not sure he's evil. Just, as I say, just these things kind of, grate on people. It's difficult to live with somebody and to have nothing get on your nerves. Am I right? Please never ask this question about me. Don't tempt me. These are great suggestions, guys. Great suggestions. And I would say, yeah, points all round. My Mark Wahlberg impression, I promised it, so I'm going to deliver it. And it kind of fits in with your girl Sarah Kilt, just squinty, I don't understand face, okay? What's going on here? Huh? What's happening? What's going on here? There we go. Final round. Here we go. Is Nart. The musing was, you're a pharaoh, you can get a slave army to make anything you want out of stone. What do you make? Get it in the comments. Question 1. Who is the last Ptolemniac, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, ruler of ancient Egypt and the only such ruler to learn Egyptian despite her native language being Koine Greek? Her name was, of course, Cleopatra Coming-at-ya. Cleopatra Coming-at-ya. Question 2. How many Great Pyramids are there? Very simply, there's 3. There's 3, yeah. For pharaohs, Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. Obs. Question 3. What is the name of the archaeologist who uncovered Tony Two Toots' tomb? Guy, sacrilegious, he got me with that one. That is, of course, Howard Carter. I'll give you Mr. Carter. I'll give you Howard. That Howard dude. I'll give you that. Point for that. Well done if you got that. That was the tricky one. Maybe the hardest question of the week, perhaps. You tell me, guys. Which ancient Egyptian god had the head of a jackal? It was, of course, Anubis, the god of the underworld, I believe. Isis was a lady. They didn't really change their heads too much. And Osiris is the head of some kind of bird. And then question 5, final question of the entire quiz. What was traditionally placed inside canopic jars by ancient Egyptians? It was human organs. When people died, take their organs out, pop them in a jar, leave them in the casket, say, have a great time, guys, in the afterworld, because of course they believed in an afterworld. But the question that is on everybody's lips, mind, you're a pharaoh, you can get a slave army to make anything you want out of stone. What do you make? Your girl Sarah Kilt, giant dance floor. That's nice. That's nice. I mean, difficult on the ankles. If I was going for a dance floor, I think I'd probably go with a sprung floor to allow for, any jumping or acrobatics that I might want to learn how to do. But that's great still. My own road. Did you see the traffic today? No, I didn't see the traffic today, but my own road sounds like a good one. Just to get from A to B, really. Just to get from A to B. That's nice. A stoneworkers or masons union. Nana Hobob, you went there. You went there, baby. And I can't help but respect it. I'm Mark Wahlberg. You guys know me. It's a good written impression, Ibo. It's a good written impression. I'm Mark Wahlberg with the AHK, which I believe is a reference to the Boston accent. Mark. I'm Mark Wahlberg. You know me. Something like that. Definitely not Judah. A spa with a big pool. That's nice. Just somewhere to relax after a long, hard day. And to chill out as well. Ancient Egypt, pretty warm. Ibo podcast, a boat. I mean, if they get... I imagine they're pretty clever guys, yeah? So making you a boat to kind of sail down the Nile River. I mean, you might as well use that natural phenomenon, am I right? T.B. Douglas, a giant elephant with a house on the top, and I leave the house by sliding down the trunk. Well, isn't that just a children's book waiting to be written? That's wonderful. I like that a lot. It would have to be a real big elephant to have a house on the top of it. But I like that a lot. T.B. Douglas, do I get a point for brain? Probably not, right? No, you get a point for the brain. The only one that you wouldn't get a point for was the heart, interestingly. You wouldn't get a point for the heart because the heart was the only one that they left in because they thought that you would need that on the journey or something. I don't know. Look it up yourself. It's not my job to, But yeah, you do get a point for brain, so well done. Bolander 333, giant stone computer. Need a lot of vertical space or slave elevators or Minecraft snapshot. A big stone computer would be pretty good. And then just get them to invent a stone router and the internet. I mean, if you're putting enough people in there, guys, work this out. It's not difficult. You're going to come up with it in like 2,000 years anyway, so you might as well just get a head start. I like it. Points all round. Points all round, guys. You know what that means? That you have all of the points that you need while you tot up your scores. We're gonna let's get some music. Come on, guys. Let's not mess around here. Is that not doing the music again? Oh no, it is doing the music. It's just quiet. Okay. While you tot up your scores, I want to remind you all that in this quiz, aside from the yay or nay subject choice, you're really only competing with yourself. Okay, there's no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get right, then you are smart. And I want to see you singing it from the rooftops, guys. I want to see you singing it from the rooftops. What do we get? Definitely not Duda, a wonderful 20. Ibo podcast, a terrific 20. Your girl Sarah Kilch, killing you with a 21. Just ahead by a nose, and that's wonderful. Well done, everybody, so far. Nana Hobbob, 19. Terrific work, Nana. Terrific work. Killer Kilch, 22. Ouch. Snatching victory from Sarah Kilch there. TB goes for a 21, well done. Bolander 333 goes for a 16, that's wonderful. Zachalicious with a 20, that's great. No crying face, Zachalicious, no crying face. Happy face, like that, yeah? Was that everybody? I think that was everybody. Real close between Bolander and Killer Kilch. That's not a big range, so that's wonderful. But that does mean that once again, Killer Kilch is the high point earner. So well done for that. So it means that you get the opportunity to pick the subject for the next week's thing. Holy moly! Absolutely, bam bam roll. You passed. Absolutely, everybody passes in this quiz. Yeah, you're competing against yourselves. Playing Danger Noodle by abstraction, apparently. Whilst Killer Kilch comes up with the yeah, absolutely, I like that. Definitely not Judah. Round of applause. Can we get some applause in the chat here? Because everybody's done wonderfully here. Everybody's done wonderfully. So let's get some applause. Zachalicious had a real good topic. Well, really try and push it. Yeah, and you can use it next time you win. I'm confident that you will. We've got. I'm going to turn this music off actually because I'm about to play you a video. Just to let you know, whilst Killer Kilch comes up with the topic for next week's Yay or Nay, if you want to get involved with this week's Most Week show, you absolutely can, because it's a Snapchat week. Okay, it's a Snapchat. Snap Quest. It's a Snap Quest week. And if you're wondering if you can't remember what the prompt is, then maybe this will remind you.
Snap Quest is almost nigh a test for your creative eye. You simply must give it a try, and this week's prompt is
The point here is to get creative with the prompt. So this could be like a road sign, or a thing that you sign, or something that you perceive to be a sign, yeah? Although if it's that last one, I'm going to need a little bit of context with the photo, because otherwise you could just literally take a photo of anything that exists, and where's the challenge in that? So there we go. The prompt is sign. So take a photo inspired by that word, email it to iamnotme@gmail.com, and we'll all take a look at how amazing it is on Sunday, right here, 9 a.m. Pacific. So let's see. Killer Kilch. Viola Davis. A wonderful actress, and will be the topic of next week's Yay or Nay. Wonderful choice. Wonderful choice. So there we go. Thank you very much to everybody for joining me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something about Mark Wahlberg, about ancient Egypt, and about 90's cartoons, and learned a little bit maybe about yourself. And also felt very creative, because you're all very creative this week, so thank you for that, all at the very same time. I am Notme, I am Art, and I hope you'll join me next week, same time, same place, for another opportunity to say to yourself, yep, I'm smart. Cheers. Take care, guys. I'll see you hopefully on Sunday. If not, I'll see you next week. Bye.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,